Full stop, I haven't beaten the game yet. I've actually been on a bit of a Pokemon kick lately, watching the Journeys anime, playing Pokemon Go with friends, and even collecting the cards again. And now, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is out. This was definitely an experience for me because it was weird. I was excited for a Pokemon game. Like, hyped. That hasn't happened in a while. Even with Arceus, I was like cautious, but with this title, I was just excited. It's a big ol' step forward for Pokemon because they've hopped onto the open world format like so many other games seem to be going lately. But this time it's an actual open world as opposed to Arceus having kind of like a Monster Hunter format where it's just several big maps. After about an hour or two of unskippable tutorial, you can head out wherever your heart decides. Not a huge fan of the MC though. I don't like this. It's weird that this model can go from like 10 years old to like 20 with a clothes swap and taking off that stupid hat. You get another friendly rival that is definitely not going to awaken something in younger players. They're just a tall, tan tomboy who is aggressive and friendly and hovers around you while essentially claiming you as a battle partner and constantly hounding you about spending time together. He even jokes about like stalking you. Yup, nothing's gonna come from that. I miss tomboys. Obviously, all the sane people will take Donald as their starter because the tape on Weed Cat's paws didn't hold, and I mean, honestly, the Crocagator is... they're pretty cute. That's a fair pick. Battles are all done on the overworld now, akin to Legends, which is pretty nice. It definitely helps the world feel more like, you know, a world of Pokemon. In this title, you are a student at a Pokemon Academy, and there are apparently adults attending it with the 10-year-olds too. If you want, you can even take classes. They're essentially just little quizzes on mechanics, but most of them are like, should you kill people with Pokemon? Yeah. No? The new not Mega Evolution in this title is Terrestrializing, or however, which is kind of cool because it has the ability to change a Pokemon's type and power, kind of like, I don't know, Mega Evolution or something. This allows you to mix up opponents or just power up moves of the same Terra type. But every time you use it, you need to watch the cutscene, and it's kind of long and not great. And it also lengthens your attack time in the title that doesn't allow battle animation skipping. Luckily though, battles do run quicker since a lot of the menus are just pop-ups as they were in Arceus. Speaking of Arceus, I am very disappointed that there is no hucking balls in this title. You gotta hop into a battle to catch them Pokemans. You do have the option of hucking the balls of your partners to let them out or engage other Mons, and there is this Let's Go feature which sends your Pokemon forward to slap the crap out of wandering Mons. This isn't a guaranteed W, however, and even low-level Mons of an opposing type will push yours over and shout, "Meow!" Plus, it yields a lot less EXP than a regular battle. However, whenever you use this, your character stops and points. It would have felt a lot nicer if you could, like, keep moving while sending out the command, but that's just a personal preference. They modeled trainers after me in this title since they will not interact with you unless you approach them first. Overall, the game does seem pretty easy, and I say that despite jobbing it to the Rivals Terra demo since I didn't have a counter to Electric. All trainers announce their next Pokemon and allow you to swap again. Rival picks the Pokemon weak to yours, and of course, EXP share is always on. However, since the game is open world, you are allowed to go to higher levels early on for more of a challenge. You will still be bound by the badge rule of Pokemon up to X level obey you, so even if you run to an end game and snag a Mon somehow, it'll just point and laugh at you if you try and use it. The game has multiple arcs for you to follow: the normal Victory Road arc, the grocery shopping arc, and the Gang War arc. Victory Road is the normal Pokemon experience. You go to a gym, do a thing, fight the leader who uses like one move, and then win with one Pokemon. It's a step up from Sword and Shield since the gym challenges aren't walking down a hallway and fighting trainers or walking into a room and fighting trainers. They kind of went back to little mini games. For instance, the first one I did was trying to bump this olive into a basket. If you want to fight the trainers, they will open up a path to make the minigame easier, or you can ignore them and take the more difficult path. In the grocery shopping arc, you help a loud man collect big ingredients, and this was probably my biggest letdown because from what I've played, you just walk to an area and then fight a big Pokemon. The biggest challenge I had was like dodging very slow boulders. The first fight is a solo one, and then the big Mon gets mad and attacks a wall akin to Castlevania to get the food inside. Then you have a duo battle with them powered up, but you can kind of just muck about and your duo will do all the heavy lifting, so it's a thing. The story's cute, at least. Then there is the Gang War arc, where a bunch of troublemaker students called Team Star are hanging out. You fight a trainer at their gate and then murder 30 Pokemon. This was also a little letdown for me because you kind of just press R a couple times. It's just a bunch of let's go battles, but they have a vending machine you can use to heal up your Pokemon whenever. You have 10 minutes to do this, and it never took me more than a few to do so. Once the killing is done, the boss comes out and has a Mon to bop before you total their car. I mean, it is nice that there are 3 arcs to follow, even if they aren't, like, incredibly innovative with their approach or anything. When you do look into it a bit more, Victory Road is for the quota, Grocery is to showcase the world, and Gang Wars are, I guess, to familiarize you with the Let's Go mechanic. It's also kind of nice you have to, like, decide on what you need. Gyms will give badges that allow higher level Pokemon to listen to you, grocery shopping will power up your bike, and Gang Wars give currency and materials. Right, the bike! The legendary Mon, aka Toothless, because this thing is literally just Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Toothless is your main method of transport for the overworld. Essentially, all the mounts from Arceus combined into one. You'll basically always be on this dude whenever you're traveling, unless you are like dead set on sneaking up on a Mon. As far as I could tell, there didn't seem to be any amazing secrets hidden away on the overworld, but truth be told, I was kind of trying to cover as much as I could in a short amount of time. You'll obviously find items everywhere, but the rarest things I found were like Terramons and this one, I'm assuming, collectible sword thing. I'm sure there are like exclusive and hidden Pokemon you can find if you look hard enough, and the Terramons do seem to have a set spawn too, so this kind of further pushes that notion. Instead of camping, you have picnicking, where you can play with your Pokemons, talk to them, and bathe with them? That can't be right. This will boost affinity, heal them, make you feel funny, haha, and then you can make some sandwiches. It's a cute little feature and a kind of fun minigame. Sammys will give you various overworld boosts like EXP gain or encountering more of a certain type. There's apparently even sandwiches that boost shiny chances. I am a little disappointed in the Pokedex for this title. It is cute that every Mon gets like a little book and picture, but I kind of like the system in Arceus where it really forced you to, you know, research the Pokemon. You also get a shiny chance boost whenever you completed an entry for one, which really kind of incentivized me. New to this title is actual multiplayer. You can invite buddies to your world and adventure together. I was so nervous when this was announced because I thought it'd be like Genshin and all the NPCs would suddenly find you smelly when your friend shows up and you'd be unable to progress, but that's not the case. You can fully progress your story and friends can progress theirs as well in your world. They can't join you for gym battles and such, but you can see them battling on the overworld, go explore places together, and everyone can join your picnics. Obviously, you'll tackle on raids together, which are a lot nicer in this title since you can kind of play support role with cheers, and you don't have to wait for everyone to take a turn. It's more of a time-based system. Graphically, the game's kind of crap. Like, the art style is definitely better than Arceus, but the whole time I was playing, I felt like I was on the minimal graphical setting on a laptop that can barely run solitaire. If things are more than a foot away from you, they slow down to like a crunchy 5 frames per second, and most of the time the game seemed to struggle to pull 30 in general. The pop-ins for this game almost make Sonic Frontiers look like a PS6 game, and the game doesn't even have like indoor settings for a lot of the shops. They're kind of just menus that glitch the camera when you leave. I'm honestly baffled it runs on the same system that has like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. However, a lot of Pokemon did get model and animation upgrades. Some of the Pokemon that were just kind of like lifelessly flying because of Gen 6's Sky Battles are grounded again, and your boy Typhlosion has his fire back! But where the mods shine, the human characters kind of falter. None of them really seem to have very memorable designs in my opinion, except maybe the VTuber, but I still don't know how I feel about the artificial influencer in an artificial world. The animations are great, and a lot of them are very expressive, but I didn't run into many cinematic cutscenes though, and most of the time the characters still walk, talk, and move very robotically. Beep boop, turn activated, following waypoint to exit. I don't know if I missed it, but it didn't seem like there were shirt and pants options for clothes outside of the 4 student uniforms you get. You can just customize the accessories, the face, and the hair, but hey, at least they got Moist Critical in here. At the end of the day, I do think Pokémon Scarlet and Violet is a fantastic step forward. This is essentially what I kind of hoped a current gen Pokemon game would be. Just maybe a little more graphically pleasing. If the next title follows this formula while also including Arceus-style catching and maybe like something more active for bigger battles, kind of like Arceus Pocket Sand battles, but you know, maybe with your actual Pokemon fighting, that'd probably be my ideal title. I'm still very happy with this one so far, and who knows? Maybe in the next title, we'll finally get Pikachu in another fucking post!